the fish tank guys store here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is my 55-gallon community tropical fish tank. It has two Cascade 300 filters. Each filter is good for up to a 100-gallon fish tank, and it has a 40-gallon sponge filter. That is 240 gallons of filtration on a 55-gallon tank. Can you guess how many fish are inside this tank right now? I'm going to say pretty close to 100 fish. I had about 60 yesterday, and then I adopted yesterday a whole bunch of mollies. I believe these are mollies, these small ones. If someone knows, please correct me. And I got this big blue guami yesterday as well, that one right there. But inside this 55-gallon tank, as you can see, my community fish tank, tropical fish. I have pink kisser guamis. I have regular blue guamis and gold guamis. I have rainbow sharks. I have bala sharks. And I also have iridescent sharks. A few Asian algae eaters. I have a few Corydoras catfish. A wide variety of fancy-tailed goldfish. I have black moors. I have calico goldfish. I have shubunkin goldfish. And just a few that I adopted a few months ago, just regular common goldfish. Oh, I have albino tinfoil barbs. What else am I forgetting? Oh, Australian rainbow fish. And I'm looking. They're hiding. There's two black ghost knife fish inside this tank as well. They're about 3 inches long. I had some Coolio loach, but I haven't seen them in a couple weeks. So I don't know where they disappeared to. I'm guessing they must be inside that sponge filter. They're really small, about like 2 inches long. But a lot of people come here and they have little tanks. But they want their little tanks that look like this, nice and crowded with a lot of swimming action high, in the middle, in the bottom. And I tell them, you need to have a nice sized tank, 29-gallon tank, 55-gallon tank, 75-gallon tank. There's literally about 100 fish inside this tank, believe it or not. I don't go by that inch per gallon, BS, whatever. I've never really believed in that. Maybe more so with, really big South Americans. I mean, you can't do a whole lot of big South Americans in a 55, 75 and so on. But these fish, most of them are going to stay small, 5-6 inches big. The sharks, the iridescent sharks, the bala sharks, yes, they do get, pretty big, but about 2 feet long, more or less. But, yep. Here at the Fish Tank Guys store in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, my 55-gallon tropical fish, community fish tank. I call them punk fish. Here at the Fish Tank Guys store, people always ask me, can you put this with a goldfish? Can you put this with that? Can you put that with this? I go to this store, that store. They say you can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. I've heard it for years as I've been here. And look, proof positive. You can have. Look. Take a good look. You can have a nice variety of different fish. How great this tank looks. Water is crystal clear. Actually, to me it's a little hazy this morning, but I did feed them about 10 minutes ago, so that could be why. But usually the water is a lot clearer than this. And then who knows, maybe with 100 fish, with the bio load being so big right now, perhaps that can make the water look just a little bit hazy, maybe. But usually water looks like this. This is my African cichlid peacocks for sale. These are dragon bloods right here. I just got in a really nice strawberry peacock. bigger clown loaches. Same two filters on here, Cascade 300, good for up to 100 gallons each. That's 200 gallons of filtration on a 40-gallon breeder. That's having 5 times the amount of filtration. People always ask me, how you get your tanks to look so crystal clear, blah, blah, blah. And when I start asking questions, a lot of people have bare minimum filtration on their tanks. They got a 29-gallon tank. They got a 30-gallon filter. They got a 55-gallon tank. They got a 60-gallon filter. I tell people all the time is what I learned in this hobby. I've been in the hobby now 17 years, and what I learned in the very, very beginning, filtration, filtration, filtration. Right here, another 40-gallon breeder. These are my smaller Adenocara peacocks for sale. And then a little bigger over here. Some small clown loaches in here. Look at that neat looking fish right there. Right there. Hold on, let me put my finger at it. There you go, right there to the side. It's called a Farlowella catfish. How neat is that? Acts like a sucker fish, always sucking on the glass, but my distributor says it's a catfish. But anyways, on this tank, another 40-gallon breeder, and I got another Cascade 300, good for a 100-gallon fish tank, and I got a Marineland BioWheel 200, good for a 50-gallon fish tank. So right here I have 3 times the amount of filtration. One of my personal fish tanks, a 120-gallon fish tank. My personal fish in here, there's a lot of fish in here that are adopted. The water's looking a little hazy lately, but for the most part, look what kind of filter I got on it. Open. Look at that. A Fluval FX6. I just learned the correct pronunciation watching a YouTube video that Fluval put out, and they said it's called a Fluval. That's the way they pronounce it. So from now on forward, it's a Fluval. And that water is pretty clear. Again, it's a little hazy, but for the most part, it's pretty clear, if that makes any sense. But yeah, all my tanks, crystal. Look at this one, 44-gallon corner Pentagon. It has a Marineland canister filter, which is good for up to a 55-gallon tank. That's almost, a little bit above bare minimum, so to speak, but it's maintaining that water's crystal. Look at this other 44-gallon corner Pentagon. This has a Cascade 1000 canister filter, which is good for up to a 100-gallon fish tank. And look how crystal clear that water is. And my Ringdo tank, say hi to Bubba, my giant Guami, another 120-gallon tank. Look how crystal clear that water is. Oh my goodness, that is so clear. And what's cleaning this tank? Check it out. Fluval FX5 maintaining. I just added this decoration I got yesterday. It is engulfed in algae. But I got a bunch of algae eaters in here, plecos, and they're going to go to town on this decoration. So hopefully in a couple of days, all that algae will be cleared up. The Fish Tank Guy store in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Just did a little walk around the store. JVJ 24-gallon nano cube saltwater setup. It was previously saltwater. I sold the contents and the fish out of it, so that's why the water is a little low, the level. But look how crystal clear that water is. And my turtle tank, my last adopted turtle, look how crystal clear that turtle water is. It's amazing. I see people's fish tanks and that water be looking green, like dark green, like really, really murky. And I just look at hobbyists. I look at people like, how can you let your water get like that? You can barely see your fish. And some people, to them is like, that's normal. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely know that in the wild, sometimes in certain, rivers and lakes and stuff, water is not as crystal clear as this. But in a home, in your office, you want the water to be crystal just like this. You want to be able to see your fish. anyways, not trying to get into a rant. The Fish Tank Guys store here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell alert to get alerts when I post cool, interesting fish stories like this. When I post fish tanks for sale and fish tank related accessories for sale. This is my saltwater tank back here. I didn't show it to you because this LED is doing a disco light show, so to speak. I think the power supply is bad. So, but the light works perfectly on LED mode. And yesterday when I first plugged it in, when I first turned it on, should I say, it flashed for a little bit, just like that, and then for the rest of the day it stopped flashing. And so I'm gonna have to try a different power supply on that light. But look, check it out. This is my saltwater tank. And there is, inside this tank now, there's 4 saltwater fish and 2 sand sifting starfish, like that one right there. You see that? That's my lunar wrasse. I believe that is a Clarkie clownfish. That is my coral beauty angelfish. And there is a yellowtail blue damsel in here somewhere hiding in these rocks. He's being camera shy right now, but this is a 60-gallon, custom made by Glass Cages. I got this from someone else. I didn't order it, but right now I'm using it as a temporary tank to house this base rock. And my fish, as I'm seeking out more live rock, and I don't know if y'all remember, but let me show you because it's empty now. This room divider tank, look, is empty. It was full of African cichlid peacocks for close to like 8 months or so, and I emptied it about a month ago. And my ultimate dream, my idea with this room divider tank is to have it engulfed with corals. So that's my idea. Corals all around in this room divider. That's my project. One of my ongoing projects here at the Fish Tank Guys store. So imagine this tank in about a year's time. I'm being realistic. Yeah, in about a year's time, it'll probably be more or less the way I want it to look like. I'm thinking it's going to take about that long. But yeah, can you imagine in a few months, saltwater, seeing saltwater fish just swimming, going in circles, going around, sort of. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited just imagining it. I can't wait to have it done. But so many other ongoing projects here at the Fish Tank Guys store. But I'll get to it one of these days. Right now I just got to give it a nice thorough rinsing, cleaning, clean the filter. Here go the wet dry filter down here. You can see, sorry, you can see what it looks like. Wet dry filter. So I got to take all that biomedia out and give it everything a good cleaning, a good rinsing, and then start cycling it for saltwater. So that's going to be nice. There'll be updates on this in the next couple of weeks and months. The Fish Tank Guy